What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, your stimulus check update, daily news, everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., with our economy, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. Remember that new videos come out here on our YouTube channel at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so, and you don't want to miss out on any new videos. Don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel, and I love bringing you guys the daily news here on a daily basis. Also, I'm giving away $2,000 here to our viewers here in our What's in the Box contest, and I will be announcing the winners here later today in one of our videos coming up here later today. So I want to give you guys time to still guess on what's in the box. So you can still guess here down below in the comments. So I'll give you guys a little bit more time to guess here. So feel free to comment if you know what's in the box. And there's no more clues. All the 10 clues are out. So if you missed any clues, go back and watch the previous videos. I'll link you to the 10th clue here at the end of this video, but you can still guess. Guesses are still valid, so feel free to do that. So winners will be announced later here today, and my wife will be on with me to announce the winners, and we will show them on screen here later today. So don't miss any videos here at this point. All right, let's jump right in. We got a lot to talk about. Okay, first up, President Biden and Senator Joe Manchin have spoke personally between each other, and President Biden said that he and Senator Joe Manchin are, quote, going to get something done regarding the stimulus package, the child tax credits, and multiple different stimulus items over the $2 trillion economic package, the Build Back Better package. President Biden has also been called on by Democratic leaders, Pramila Jayapal, to pass stimulus items through presidential executive order. And there's also another stimulus package, COVID stimulus emergency relief, now being called upon to being passed here basically immediately because of how bad the virus is and Omicron variants right now. President Biden says that he and Manchin are going to be able to get something done. He spoke with Senator Manchin here within the last 24 hours. President Biden says that he is confident that his economic agenda isn't on the ropes after taking a near fatal blow from Senator Joe Manchin. During a White House press conference on Tuesday, Biden said that he would eventually strike a deal with Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, the key holdout on his $2 trillion Build Back Better plan. Senator Manchin and I are going to get something done. I want to get things done. I still think we can get the Build Back Better done. This is coming after he talked directly with Senator Joe Manchin. Here is President Biden answering a question directly from a reporter. Check this out.
The importance of keeping your word of trust. Do you believe Senator Manchin kept his word to you? And how do you rebuild trust with progressives in your party to advance your legislation now?
You know, I told you before, you've heard me say this before, some people think maybe I'm not Irish because I don't hold a grudge. Look, I want to get things done. I still think there's a possibility of getting Build Back Better done. And what I don't want to do is get into, and Joe went on TV today, and I don't know whether it's TV or not, I'm told he was speaking to the Liberal caucus in the House and said, Joe Biden didn't mislead you, I misled you. And so, look, I'm not looking for, let me say something. You saw what happened yesterday. All the talk about how my Build Back Better plan was going to increase inflation, going to cause these debts and all the like. What happened? Goldman Sachs and others said, if we don't pass Build Back Better, we're in trouble because it's going to grow the economy. And without it, we're not going to grow. And what happened? Stock prices went way down. It took a real dip. If you take a look, everybody thinks because I quoted 17 Nobel laureates saying this is going to help inflation. Think about it in terms of you're a hardworking person and you're making 60 grand if you're alone, or if you're a mom or just on her own, or if you're making 80 grand, mom and dad 90 grand like a lot of people do, and you're worried about inflation. You should be worried about it because it's a devastating thing for people who are working class and middle class folks. It really hurts. Where is most of the cost now? The cost is finding in gasoline, even though I was able to bring it down 12 cents a gallon, will come down more, I believe. We talked about what the cost in food prices going up, et cetera. But look what's in Build Back Better. Childcare. You can reduce it by up to 70%. That'll be the difference between 20 million women who aren't back in the workforce being able to go back if you pass it. We're talking about healthcare, insulin. In a situation, we got 200,000 kids with type 1 diabetes. You know what it's costing? It cost somewhere between 10 cents and $10 to come up with the formula, okay, a while ago, right? You know what it's costing on average? $560, $640 a month, up to $1,000 a month. What do you do if you're a mom and a dad working with minimum wage, busting your neck? You look at your kid, and you know if you don't get that vaccine for him, if you don't get that drug for him, if you don't get be able to take that, what happens? They're likely to go in a coma, maybe die. Not only do you put the kid's life at stake, you strip away all the dignity of a parent looking at their child. I'm not joking about this. Imagine being a parent looking at a child and you can't afford. You have no house to borrow against. You have no savings. It's wrong. But all the things in that bill are going to reduce prices and cost for middle class and working class people. It's going to reduce their cost. What's inflation? Having to pay more than the money you have because things have gone up. Well, bring down all those costs across the board, from child care to a child care tax credit. But I'm not supposed to be having this press conference.
Here is the article on the report from Goldman Sachs that President Biden mentioned there. Goldman Sachs says that Joe Manchin's rejection of the Biden $2 trillion spending bill, if they can't pass this bill, which President Biden says they are going to be able to get something done. And remember that Pramila Jayapal is urging President Biden to just go ahead and start passing pieces of the legislation or pieces of the bill or stimulus items through presidential executive order. Just go ahead and do it through executive order anyways. So there is that option as well. Goldman Sachs is saying that if they don't pass this bill or don't pass pieces of this bill, don't start passing pieces of this bill, that it is bad for the U.S. economy. And that is potentially why the stock market has been going down here recently, because of what Joe Manchin has said here recently. And if they aren't able to pass pieces of this bill, that could be bad for the economy. This is coming directly from Goldman Sachs. And that because of this, Goldman Sachs and their team cut their expectations for the U.S. economy to grow, and now only expects the U.S. economy to grow 2% in the first quarter, compared with a previous estimate to 3%, and 3% in the second quarter, down from 3.5% in earlier estimates, and down 2.75% in the third quarter versus 3% before. So they have reduced their estimates in all three quarters because of this news, potentially, or directly because of this. The roughly $2 trillion Build Back Better plan aims to expand the social safety net in the U.S. with a focus on children and childcare and to tackle climate change. And what President Biden says, reduce the cost for tens of millions of Americans, reducing the cost of childcare, reducing the cost of prescription drug pricing, adding benefits for seniors and healthcare, all sorts of things in the bill. Another really big thing that could cause the economy to drag is money directly in people's pockets, which the child tax credits being expired now as of December 15th, those monthly payments are not going to continue in January unless they can pass this package or some form of it. And there are discussions now on how they're going to pass this, potentially through presidential executive order or actually with Republicans as well. You can see here Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine and other senators are open to negotiations with the child tax credits here. Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine said on Tuesday she is open to discussing proposals to overhaul an expanded child tax credit included in President Biden's American Rescue Plan that is set to expire, well, now, basically. They say in the next few days, um, at the end of the month or January 15th, but it's basically expired now. The last payment went out on December 15th. Susan Collins said in a statement, quote, "I am open to proposals that would support working families and reduce childhood poverty and look forward to working with colleagues of both parties in bipartisan solutions. If the expanded child tax credit is allowed to expire, monthly payments will end for the families of about 60 million children." The Daily News noted that roughly 90% of the children of Collins' home state of Maine qualify for the child tax credit. Earlier this month, Collins indicated that she was open to finding a way to maintain the child tax credits with some changes made to it. She says, "Unfortunately, that went to very high income people. It was unlinked to work, and I would prefer we went back to the original formulation." She's talking about here, there is a very small amount of people that get the child tax credit in higher income brackets. They could cut that out. Also, she's also mentioning here the unlinked to work, which is the work requirement that some Republicans want, as well as Joe Manchin has mentioned before. That is a possibility if they have to work with Republicans to get Republican votes, would be a work requirement. Um, that could mean that both the mother and the father for joint tax returns would have to work. That is a possibility. I will keep you up to date if they go that route to get this passed. Other Senate Republicans so far have not been as open to extending the credit as Collins appeared to be. On Monday, Republican Senator Mitt Romney, Republican from Utah, called the credit ill-crafted and suggested that Congress instead pass his Family Security Act, which would instead give families $250 to $350 per month per child, which is actually more money. Yeah, more money with Mitt Romney's child tax credit bill. Yeah, but it has restrictions. Senate Minority Whip John Thune, Republican from South Dakota, said there is little support for extending the benefit among Republicans. John Thune said, "I don't think our guys are interested in dealing with that. That's not something our members are interested in." Last week, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell argued that there is still time to work out a deal for the child tax credit. McConnell echoed Collins' concern about the lack of a work requirement tied to the child tax credit. McConnell said, quote, "I'm sure there will be a debate about the enhanced portion of it. Yeah, I think it will be discussed. We'll see what happens when it actually gets to the cliff," which is basically about now. I mean, they could wait till the end of the year or January, but by that time, there probably won't be enough time to actually get it out for the January payment. There'll probably be a lapse in payments. Also, yesterday, a really interesting story popped up. Check this out. A perfectly preserved rare baby dinosaur egg discovered in China. Yeah, you don't see this very often. Quote, "It's an amazing specimen. I have been working on dinosaur eggs for 25 years and have yet to see anything like it," said Darla Zelinsky, a co-author of a newly published research. Check this out. Here is a picture of it. The fossilized theropod embryo shows the dinosaur in a curled posture prior to hatching. Wow, what an amazing find. That is not something you see every day. Those type of things really interest me to see something like that. Um, Probably, if not the only one found ever, one of the rarest finds ever. If you've ever seen Jurassic Park or the movie, right? This is it in a fossilized form, right? So amazing to see something like that. To think that that was a dinosaur waiting to be hatched, and really makes you think that life is so amazing that that was an actual dinosaur ready to be hatched inside an egg that got fossilized somehow. What an amazing find, right? So that'll be probably on display somewhere. Uh, Truly interesting story that I found absolutely fascinating. Had to share with you guys. I wish I could have it, right? I wish I could have it here on display with you guys and put it right here on top of my box and just have it on display with you guys to show with you guys here on a daily basis. 'Cause I would love to have that here in my office. Truly incredible. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're getting ready for the holidays, if you're getting ready for Christmas or Kwanzaa, or if you're just celebrated Hanukkah here. We're getting ready here. If you just seen our celebrating our making our Christmas cookies here recently that we just did our video here the other day. I'll link you to that here. We had at the end of our videos where my wife and my son Julian were making Christmas cookies here at the end of one of our videos that I just made here, or that we had at the end of one of our videos. That was a really cool thing we had at the end of one of our videos. So make sure to subscribe down below. If you haven't joined our channel yet, it's completely free to do so so you don't miss out on new videos. You can click here to watch that video with my son and my wife at the end of the videos with making Christmas cookies. And you can click here to watch my newest video about how they want to pass stimulus items with presidential executive orders. A lot of details on that. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.